Self-checkouts never really benefited us like ever. I'm trying to think of a time or reason why they themselves were intriguing to us or needed for us, other than to basically save hiring money for companies. That's basically it. They're like, listen, you come into the store, you basically, you shop, you then come to the register, and then you ring yourself out. Okay, uh, so basically, you work for them, type of thing, while giving them money. I never really liked the idea of it. I remember going and waiting in line for people, and I'm still fine with finding the one person and waiting in that long line rather than doing it myself. I'm telling you, I would rather do that than do the other way. But now, a lot of these companies are definitely getting super frustrated at the fact that these self checkouts are now causing more theft. What did you expect? You're making people work. So what people are doing is they're pilfering from your location, bro. What did you expect? You're making them work for free. They're gonna take an item and walk off with it. I'm not promoting it, guys, but I'm just telling you that was a logical extreme. Now, a lot of these companies basically have like loss kind of set up in some of their prices already. So like that's a thing. Right? They already knew that theft was going to be a problem, so they built it into the prices. We were already paying for it. Okay, but all right, guys, we're here for it. The name of the video is Why Self-Checkout is No Longer Profitable for Retailers. This is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's check it out immediately.
In the age of digital convenience, self-checkout stations were once heralded as a game changer in retail, a tool that promised shorter lines, faster transactions, and reduced labor costs. Nearly every major retailer jumped on board,
This is coming from the channel SBC News, guys.
installing these machines in stores across the country, each one a promise of a futuristic, cost-saving solution.
They greet you,
89 cents.
scan your groceries, take your money.
It's really surprising. I didn't even know that they could do skimmers on self-checkout.
He says skimmers are placed on
Skimmers?
existing card readers to intercept data, including your card number and PIN.
In stores right across Canada, but are they more convenient or are they just cumbersome? Now, some retailers are choosing to remove the automated lanes altogether.
But today, there's a surprising twist to this story. Many of these retailers are quietly reevaluating their self-checkout strategies, with some even scaling back or removing them entirely. So, what happened? How did a technology that once seemed so promising fall out of favor with retailers? The answer lies in a series of unexpected consequences, both financial and social, that have shifted the self-checkout landscape. In this video, we'll dive deep into why self-checkouts are no longer the profitable innovation they once were thought to be. We'll examine the hidden costs, the impact on store theft, and the surprising toll on customer satisfaction. Could
Yeah, guys, I can definitely tell you right now that the customer satisfaction levels have dropped because it's like, bro, you're making me work. I'm here to spend money, and you're making me do all the checkout and the bagging, guys. Everyone, like, how about this? Not everyone. A overwhelming mass, right, population of Americans' first jobs are like bagging groceries. You took that away from the kids, bro. You did that. That's a little sick. I'll blame you, not you watching, but I blame the company that's doing it.
self-checkouts soon be a relic of the past? Or will retailers find a way to make them work in today's retail environment? Let's
We'll see.
explore.
Okay, let's go.
While self-checkout machines were initially celebrated as a cost-cutting measure, the true expenses behind these systems tell a different story. Each machine, on average, costs retailers between $10,000 and $25,000 to install, depending on the
Each?
model and capabilities.
Okay.
Beyond the initial installation, maintenance and software updates come with recurring expenses that can add up quickly. Just like any technology, these machines require regular servicing to prevent breakdowns, a necessity that becomes even more pressing during high-traffic shopping seasons. But the costs don't end there. As self-checkout systems gain complexity with AI enhancements and other features aimed at reducing errors, their overall operating expenses increase. Many retailers face growing software licensing fees, cybersecurity measures, and technical support costs, which have all risen in recent years. Add to this the expense of managing unexpected customer issues and delays that require employee intervention, and
Yeah, guys, that's the worst of the worst. Like when you are in the line, That's long also, right? You get up to the thing, right, the machine, and you start scanning, and then something goes wrong, and then the little light goes off, and then you have someone who doesn't really want to do their job at all. And I mean at all. Like they're taking their time. They're not even looking for the lights, and you're standing there like, bro, you're there for like 3 minutes. You're looking around like, where is this person? I'm above the age of 18, right? Like if it was a person, we would have been done and I would have been gone. So it's not like it's much faster, right? And this is what I'm thinking when it comes to customer satisfaction. It's probably kind of leaning towards that end of things also. Like I have to work for you. And then when something's wrong, I have to wait for someone that literally does not want to do their job. They don't like that job. They don't want to do it, guys. It's frustrating.
And the supposed savings start to look more like an ongoing investment with diminishing returns. The hidden costs extend beyond just money, impacting the customer experience as well. When a machine malfunctions or a complex transaction stalls, frustrated customers often need a staff member to assist, turning what was supposed to be a seamless process into a time-consuming one.
It's
With
ridiculous.
every stalled transaction, the efficiency retailers hoped for dwindles, eroding the financial benefits of these systems. One of the biggest surprises for retailers embracing self-checkout has been the surge in shrinkage, or loss from theft. While theft is a common concern in retail, self-checkout stations present a unique set of challenges that can
Yeah.
significantly amplify losses.
It makes it
Some
worse.
customers might take advantage of the less supervised nature of self-checkout to scan
Some.
items improperly, switch price tags, or simply walk out without paying. This honor system approach leaves retailers vulnerable to both intentional and accidental losses. Research indicates that stores with self-checkout stations report a substantial increase in shrinkage, with some studies showing up to a 4% rise in loss rates. To combat this, retailers have attempted to install anti-theft measures like weight sensors, AI-powered cameras, and even stricter verification processes. However, these security enhancements come at a cost and aren't foolproof. As a result, the additional expenses to control theft often outweigh the initial savings self-checkout was meant to deliver. Furthermore, employees are now tasked with a dual role of assisting customers and monitoring for potential theft, a responsibility shift that can cause stress and impact job satisfaction. This adds an unforeseen layer to the cost equation, as retailers try to balance theft prevention with customer support, creating an operational tug-of-war that complicates the supposed efficiencies of self-checkout.
The decline in customer satisfaction.
While self-checkout was intended to provide a convenient, quick option for customers, the reality has proven more complex. Studies show a mixed response from consumers regarding their self-checkout experiences, with many citing frustrations over unclear instructions, technical malfunctions, and a perceived lack of support from in-store staff.
There's no
In
support.
fact, some surveys indicate that over 30% of shoppers actively avoid using self-checkouts, preferring instead the personal touch and assistance of a human cashier. The detachment some customers feel in a self-checkout line can negatively impact their perception of a retailer's brand. For customers who struggle with technology or simply prefer human interaction, self-checkout stations can make the shopping experience feel cold and transactional. Retailers find themselves in a tricky
Bro, that's what it is.
position as they try to appeal to tech-savvy customers without alienating those who value in-person service. Additionally, there's an emotional component that's difficult to quantify, but impacts brand loyalty. The feeling of being left to do it yourself. For customers in a hurry or dealing with complex purchases, this hands-off approach can lead to frustration and impatience,
Can imagine.
ultimately affecting their likelihood of returning. Ironically, what was supposed to be a faster, more efficient process has turned into a point of friction, especially as self-checkout stations become more widespread and customers face longer lines at these machines than anticipated. As we've explored, self-checkout has turned out to be a double-edged sword for many retailers. What began as a promising innovation in cost savings and customer convenience has revealed unforeseen challenges that cut into the bottom line. From the rising expenses of maintenance and upgrades to the loss prevention hurdles and the impact on customer satisfaction, self-checkout systems often bring more complexity than simplicity to the retail experience. Ultimately, the question remains: Is self-checkout sustainable for the long term? Or will it go the
No.
way of other once promising retail innovations that
Mm-mm.
ultimately fell short? Some retailers may choose to refine and
What's on
evolve
the server?
self-checkout technology, while others might reduce or phase out these stations altogether in favor of a return to human interaction. In the end, what matters most is the balance between cost efficiency and the quality of the customer experience. As you think about your own shopping experiences, what role do you believe self-checkout should play in the future of retail? Should stores double down on this technology or focus more on the human touch that many shoppers still crave? Leave a comment
All right,
below,
guys.
and
Oh,
let's
all
discuss
right,
how
all right, all right, all right. Hold on. I think that self checkout is not going to be here for too much longer. I think there's probably going to be a brand new system. It's probably going to be AI based, and it's probably going to just fix that, the concept of it at least. Uh, like RFID chips are not very expensive. You can get a very many for basically nothing. And I do think that it would be probably super intelligent for a lot of these manufacturers to just start putting in RFID chips into things. Specifically, these objects have like a cart or something. Um, and let me actually flush this out again because I think I'm trying to put this together in my head. I don't want you to steal my idea. It's fine, steal it. But either way, start putting these chips into like everything. Okay. Now, when you put something into the cart itself, it immediately knows it's in the cart, like some type of like near field communication device or something. And then now you don't have to do anything. And in order to enter into the store, you scan like a card that has your credit card information already stored in it or whatever it is, guys, right? And do it like that. AI based, the RFID chips, a cart that scans things so you can just walk out and just move on. And as soon as you leave, it charges your card. Magic. Okay. And if your card declines, you go to jail. What about that? What about that, guys? All right. But I'm not really a super fan of self checkouts. I'm just not. I almost at all times I go around it. I will always go towards the person that is in that line. I would rather speak to the person than deal with the machine. Okay. I'm not even a fan of having to call people like companies on the phone and those like computer voices, robot voices pick up. I cannot stand that. I cannot listen. I feel like my blood pressure rises whenever I speak to these things. I'm telling you, I never, under any circumstance, want to speak to the robot. Okay. I don't like the robot. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys sick and tired of being sick and tired of self checkouts? Let me know.